And we are live.
Perfect. Hello. So are we starting now immediately, or are we waiting for a few people to arrive? Or
I think we can start immediately, yes, and people will join us. I see there are already 16 people in. More will come, so basically we can start.
Okay, perfect. Cool. So are you gonna first of all, welcome everyone. It's great to see you back here after our little conference in the last week. And today we want to tell you a little bit more about what we have in mind, what we're planning for the future. And Oris, do you want to start and make an introduction?
Absolutely. First of all, thank you, Johannes, for starting. And guys, nice to see you all here. More people will obviously come. And if probably most of you who will be watching this video participated in our recent Nomad Entrepreneur Summit, there were a lot of amazing speakers, and we produced like hundreds of good quality hours and minutes of content. Yes. And probably some of you noticed like the basic picture, what we were building everything around. And this is the Nomad Entrepreneur's journey. Yeah, so let me just share the presentation. I'm sharing my screen and I'm going to, okay, there it is, okay, yes. So probably you have seen this picture. Let me just put it on the entire screen, yes. And many of you were wondering, like what is that? Like, what do the guys mean under this picture? So basically, in this webinar, we would like to illustrate more in the details. What does it mean? Yes, and I hope that your situation will resonate according to our vision of Nomad Entrepreneur Journey, and the entire picture will be much more clear to all of you. Okay, if you've got any questions along the way, feel free to write down in the comments and we'll be happy to carry on with that. But before we start telling about the Nomad Entrepreneur's Journey, I would like to thank Johannes once more for this very interesting partnership that we actually started with, also within organizing the event. And I think my friend will tell you more of his background, what brought him into the nomad life, in short, obviously, and what gives him the authority to tell about these topics we are covering here.
Yeah, thank you, Orest. So I've been a nomad actually for a really long time, and I started out as a virtual assistant. That was my first job for about 6-7 euros an hour, based in South Africa, and that's how I built up my business from there. And then eventually so I did a lot of things on online marketing and selling products online, freelancing, all these things, and I've built up a lot of skills. And so eventually, in the past, I've also organized the Nomad Cruise. This one here is a picture from our New Year's Eve party in 2018, I think it was 2017, where we went with 500 people together across the transatlantic.
Mostly girls, as we see.
Well, in this picture, but there were more guys on the cruise. So basically, so I've talked to a lot of people, and actually I also started the Global Digital Nomad Network, which was the first Facebook group back in 2014. There was no Facebook group, and it was always like a thing for me that I wanted to connect the nomads, and I wanted to make it better for them and easier for them to actually grow and also build their business and also learn from each other, right? And not be alone when you travel, because when I started out, there were not many people doing this. That's why I ended up being an organizer of these events. And on this journey, actually, I have learned so much from, when you are just starting out as a virtual assistant, there's not so many skills you need to have than just you basically doing the basic tech things. Of course, there's more advanced virtual assistants, but everything basically in order to build up this cruise, in order to organize the conference, in order to run these big events, there was a lot of skills that I needed to learn. And I have to admit that I still fail in, like, I still suck in some of these skills that I need to learn, but I'm just like, I will never give up learning more things. And this is a lot about this nomad entrepreneur journey. And just one more thing. And then I also met Orest back in, when did we meet? On the cruise in 2017, right? But then later on, Orest invited me to come to Lviv because he's also ambassador for a beautiful city in Ukraine. We met there, we spent some more time there, and then we've been like exchanging ideas, talking about business things quite a lot, and we met in different places since then. And then we came up to this with this idea to do this little partnership for this Nomad Entrepreneurs Club.
Cool. Thank you, Johannes. It means a lot to me that you paid attention to my ideas. And I'm really happy we kind of started to feel each other a little bit, like in a business sense, not in another one. Yes. And as for me, I'm nomading for the last 10 years. And on the picture on the left, you can see the countries I visited. I also experienced like the true nomad stuff, like opening an e-residency and e-company in Estonia, living and working from different locations around the world. And if you participated in the conference, you probably, hopefully, seen my presentation where I talked more in depth about my travel and work experiences around. So basically, I can tell I have a large knowledge in digital nomad topic as well, and somehow I became the one of the drivers of developing nomad community in Ukraine as well. Based on these experiences, I thought there will be something that I can be useful and I can share globally. So that's how we see each other here together. But every understanding of every topic, every community, every particular area, of course, has to be grounded on something. So together with Johannes, we actually made very broad research about which type of problems or challenges, if you will, people who travel the work and work online have. And as you can see on this picture, there are tons of different challenges everybody is facing all the time. Also, there are different types of people who are running their own business, who is employed, students, remote workers, and so on and so forth. So in general, when we were discussing with Johannes how is possible to connect all of it together, my friend came with a very good name, which can sum up all of these statuses or positions, because we thought of like freedom businessman or digital nomad, which is a very popular topic. But Johannes actually, he thought, Orest, we have to define it somehow. And in his opinion, nomad entrepreneur was the most direct definition which is possible to describe most of us here.
Basically those people who are keen to learn more and keen to build a business, keen to make progress, keen to support each other, keen to grow with each other. They are not just nomading, but basically trying to grow a business at the same time. And so that's why we came up with this name, Nomad Entrepreneur. And we all face very, very similar challenges, right? In the beginning, it's more about just making enough income, and later on, you're building a team. Like there's different stages which we will outline a little bit more. But basically, for every challenge, there is surprisingly actually a very easy answer. But the problem is often that we don't know exactly the answer because we are not familiar with this challenge already. It's the first time that we are like running a team of 5 people and we don't know what the heck is going on, why we're not making any progress with this team. So there's a lot of challenges that come on this journey, and we all meet them at different times, right? And that is the idea of this club that we are starting, that we want to help people to make, not to waste 6 years in order to become a virtual CEO, but actually, take a skill, freelance with that skill, and then if you want, you can build a team, or you can just build up more skills around freelancing, diversify, make more money on this side. Like, actually, I want to add this as well. Like, the goal is not always, to become from freelancer to virtual CEO and step up. That is depending on what is our own, need, or what we want to do. Like, if we really have a job that we love, that is amazing, like, why not keep this? But at the same time, there's always good opportunities to grow. And also in this marketplace today, there is definitely a huge need to learn skills, to learn about email marketing, to learn about, like, a lot of things as well. And it's always better to do this together with other people than doing it alone by yourself.
Yeah, I would like also to add is that when we were going through these like hundreds of different responses and challenges that nomad entrepreneurs face in their life and business, you need to find a way somehow to come up with the solution which will be simple enough to understand, but also exhaustive enough to make the progress. Yeah, and such things are only possible when you have a clear picture of where are you at the moment and what should be your next step. So I went deeper a little bit into this and developed, with Johannes' help, this kind of nomad entrepreneurs journey metrics. Yes, and here basically you can see that there are 4 different statuses of people depending on their, let's say, business level. Yeah, like people who just want to start nomading, freelancers, or solopreneurs. Those are very similar topics. Then virtual CEO is somebody who runs a company. Yes, it doesn't mean to be that he is a chief executive officer. That's like a more, we've just found this name to be pretty similar. And digital investor, the person who is doing, we understand what. Yes, and the idea is to keep moving forward. Yeah, to keep moving forward in order to reach a desired lifestyle. So basically, also on this matrix, you can see that there are listed different range of challenges that most people, according to their status, face, and there are actions in response to those challenges which are necessary, in our opinion, to take in order to develop. So if you're transferring from this more complicated picture to this more easy to understand graph, this illustrates actually who is who, where, and which direction should they develop. If you want, now in the comments, you can just tell where are you at the moment on this graph, and this creates more or less understanding where should you be going further. So when
Can I go back? Can I say a few?
Sure.
So we actually shared this this post also in a group the other day, and there was like a lot of things saying like, oh, I'm a freelancer, I make much more than $1,000 a month. Like, there a huge discussion about these numbers on the left hand side. So again, this is just a way to make things look simple. In general, someone who runs a business as a digital CEO makes more money than someone who is a freelancer or a solopreneur. But don't get distracted by the numbers or by the things. Someone who is a freelancer or a solopreneur can make millions as well. But it is just that when you're a solopreneur, you don't need to, for example, be so knowledgeable in running a huge team or a huge company, but maybe you're just like very good in automation or other things. So there's always, in general, some new additional skills that are coming up, but don't take the numbers so serious. It is just like the way how we are making progress. And of course, the more skills you have, the more you can diversify, the more potential for a higher income is there, and the more location independence and freedom you will have to travel the world and do what you want. And we have a lot of friends and people that I know who have taken these steps, who have learned all these things. And and reach this independence.
Thank you for addition, Johannes. Yes, basically what is important to understand that we created this graph to explain more complicated things in an easy way, and the idea is to find yourself on this graph and move to the right and up. This is in short, yes. And that's how, like, we thought, okay, like, what could be a good way to help people moving forward? Yeah, so we came up with the idea of creating the Nomad Entrepreneurs Club, basically the community which will inspire and help people, notwithstanding of their position on the Nomad Entrepreneurs journey, to move and to continue to progress. Yeah, here on those illustrations, you can see basically the more detailed picture of the metrics. Yes, so it's possible to divide the entire club into 5 modules for Nomad, for wannabe nomads, for freelancers and solopreneurs, for virtual CEOs, for digital investors, and of course, there should be a model of a lifestyle where we discuss those different topics that people actually can exercise on every level of their development. And if I'm not going to tell about every possible step, but in short is that if somebody is just thinking to becoming the nomad, the first step for him will be to get a remote job, right? Will be the this is what most of like Johannes or I did at the moment. And if you see on this graph, for example, once you as a nomad and as a wannabe nomad receive a remote job, is not enough, is not everything what is enough, right? In my own experience, the super minimum to start traveling as a backpacker in Southeast Asia should be like at least $1,000 that like for living expenses, right? Of course, you can continue moving forward, but then you can get like your full-time remote job as a freelancer or solopreneur and continue moving forward. So this is basically the logic how we divide the modules of our Nomad Entrepreneurs Club. Yes. And in general, how we are going to structure it. Yes, this depends on many circumstances. Johannes and I have experiences in running online communities. Yes, and the idea behind those is that they don't look the same they're not all the same similar, right? So knowing that which community is designed in accordance to requirements of their members, there is understanding how to do it, but we also know that it is going to be crafted together with their members. Yes, and this is like the smallest, this is the minimum amount of resources and infrastructure that we're going to put in the first 6 months, because will be just the beta version. And in short, we are going to do the weekly webinars with the experts on different topics according to this metrics. Yes, so let me explain. For example, if this is the model of let's say freelancer solopreneur, we're going to talk 1 week about moving from offline business to online. The next week is how to do the taxation, where to register your company. The next week about marketing, branding in order to get leads, and so on. Yes, we dedicate for one module 1 month. Then we're going to conduct a mastermind group calls, which is necessary in order to keep moving forward. We have a closed Facebook community where people can interact into the meaningful conversations. And what is the most important and essential, I believe, for people as solopreneurs or digital CEOs or experts in their narrow field is the digital marketplace. For example, the idea is the following. Somebody requires a person who somebody requires promotion for their for his business, yes, and he doesn't have to go on the open market or freelance resources in order to look for a target ad specialist, but he can simply post in our community insight like, hello guys, who is here, the Facebook ads manager, I've got a job for you. And these kind of different parallel connections will be also made within our community.
And this is actually the most powerful thing, this digital marketplace, besides the teaching, because I've seen this on Nomad Cruise. A lot of people are now running businesses together, and they're doing this together because a community where people are paying, where there's like a little let's say like a little frame around it, where there's a little bit of dedication. It's a great place to find people that you can work with together, who can either work for you, and it can be a very nice trusted environment. And this is actually the biggest problem for nomads who are traveling the world and who meet 10 new people every week, but never really make really long-lasting relationships, or for whose it's very, very hard, is you need to be part of some kind of community where you can, work together and collaborate, and where you trust each other. And for this reason also, some of you might be thinking like, yeah, but I'm already virtual CEO. I don't need to learn these beginning things anymore. This is not just about learning. It's also about collaboration, about being part of a group that supports each other in this nomad journey, right? And we'll meet somewhere as well. So we want to get us together, and really with those people who are really keen to learn and to make progress with their things. There's also, I want to add also something. There's also the possibility to buy courses for each of these steps that we're going to be talking about, and you can spend thousands of dollars to buy these courses, right? This is, if we would just focus on selling a specific course for you removing yourself from your business and working half the time or whatsoever, we could charge a lot of money for that. But that is not our goal. We want to build an amazing community that helps each other, that supports each other, right? And where we can all learn from each other. Anything to add?
Absolutely, yeah. I also see some comments from people like, hello guys, both. Nice to see you again. Great to see you guys. Yeah, we are also more than happy to see you all. And there is also one topic-related question from Caroline, and she's telling, if I don't even have a remote job yet, will I still benefit from the club, or should I wait to actually have a remote job? Look, Caroline, if you take a look like attentively, not like in details, you can see that in the model for Wannabe Nomad, which was going to be the first one, actually, the goal for Wannabe Nomad is to get a remote job. Yes, according to our graph. So this is, it's especially for you, right? Why should you wait? If this is something we'll be covering, and this will be one of the action moves for you actually to get your remote job. Yeah, so I think that the question is answered. And as you like picking up the Johannes topic, I would like to stress out that this is a beta version. Yes, now you might be thinking like, okay, guys, what does it mean, the beta version? We are crafting this community together with founding members. Yes, I am running a paid membership community in Ukraine for online entrepreneurs in Ukrainian language, unfortunately, for over 3 years. Yes, so I have the idea how it should look like, but it became differently as I had this idea in the very beginning, because thanks to the feedback from people, I was crafting, like I was adding features to the community according to what people were needing. So now, if you join in the very beginning, first of all, this is your chance to become part of something big, because our idea is to create the ultimate community for nomad entrepreneurs in the world. And secondly, this is your chance to adapt it to your own needs, since it's going to be not super large launch. As you understand, we are doing the beta version. You will be able to provide your feedback, and together with us build the community which will be useful for you, and of course to like-minded people similar to you. Yeah. And definitely there are many resources necessary to maintain such community. Yes, so we created a founding members price only for 20 euro per month, which is the subscription, instead of 40 euro, which is going to be the full price as soon as we made the full launch. And we are thinking it's going to be in a couple of months. Once we go through the entire process we explained you according to these 5 modules, yes, and when the community will take a shape most adequate for all of the existing members, yes. The only catch here is that definitely there is a deadline, so our enrollment is open until 6 p.m. of Thursday, June 17th, Berlin time, depending where are you at. And obviously, you can find the entire offer and in detailed explanation about our community behind the link nomadentrepreneurs.club. So it's a great chance. It's not even a deal. It's a chance, in my opinion. And I'm just more than happy to be at the source of such an amazing project. What about you, Johannes?
Yeah, so I would like to add here, I mean, if you're a little bit serious and you want to make good progress and you're someone who wants to travel the world and, you know, take advantage of this location independence, or if you're doing it already and you just want to hang out with nice people and have a little bit of a support network, then this is for you, right? And this is at the moment we are pretty much making no money with this, right? We are just getting this started. And we're putting a lot of our resources and effort into this. So if you're a little bit keen, you know, to make progress and not just do it by yourself, like I remember the first 5 years of me learning all these things, I was pretty much just by myself. And I could have made progress 20 times faster because you learn so much more when you surround yourself with the people who have the same goals. And and then what's even better is you can meet them in Bali on the beach, right? Or wherever you want to go. So we would love to have you on board. And this is a great chance. This will be a very nice thing. So we hope to see you there as part of the.
And the sweetest part here is that even though the quality, the value of the community will grow in time, the price for founding members will be locked at the same rate. Yes, so 20 euro per month is not going to change. Even if there'll be some kind of inflation, which I really doubt, euro is a strong currency, it's still not going to change for the founding members. There is no risk at all. So if you join and you see it's not for you, or you don't like the voice of us or one of the speakers, there is like no question asked, money back guarantee. So we are absolutely transparent in that. Moreover, if you will see that the community is not a good fit for you, I would encourage you to ask for the refund, because it will make a signal for us that something has to be improved. Yes, and there are no hidden fees or some locks. Very easy to unsubscribe. You simply leave at any time. Absolutely no pressure. Like we understand that. The membership model is the most trusted model ever, because the success of it depends on the success of people and which qualities do they get from the membership. If somebody is willing to stay, this is the best signal for the project that something is doing right. And when people are leaving, then something is not. So it's the best model in my opinion and in my own experience. So I would encourage you to join, guys. This is a great chance to participate in such an interesting thing.
Yeah, I would just like to add this as well. I mean, I can just say that this journey, and especially this nomad life, can be quite a lonely thing sometimes, and it can be so much better if you learn together with other people, if you're building relationships with people. We've done this on the cruise a lot, like in the past, and I see how people evolve and grow. And this is a great chance to become a part of something really cool. And we'll just, I mean, it is our interest to make you successful with this, to build nice relationships there for you as well. And and if you want, then you can just sign up now. We are how long more are we open? When are we closing, Orest?
Yeah, we are closing on Thursday, June 17, 6 p.m.
Yeah. So
Berlin.
that's your chance, and we'd love to see you there. And then afterwards, we're going to close. We're going to start building this club, and hope to see you inside. Anything
Yes,
else?
I think I can stop the presentation now. And our first talk, like our first opening of the club, will actually happen next Monday, yes, at 6 Berlin time. And the reason why we are closing on Thursday is that there is some housekeeping stuff necessary to do to keep everything organized, because already some members started coming. So basically, so we'll need to make this proper welcome, and that's why in order to switch from the launching mode to serving mode, we have to close it and then simply work out inside in the community. Like that's basic as that. So thank you, Johannes. I see also a question from Igor Bilan. Any tips how to be nomad with children? Any videos in nomad community? Igor, it's a good topic. Actually, we had one of the presentations on our recent summit about the entire family, how they visited already over 100 countries, mother, father, and 3 daughters. And this is one of the topics I would like also to stress out for those who were watching the summit, for example, and for those people who wanted to dig deeper even into the topics that were mentioned there, or for those who didn't have time or who didn't manage to participate, what we are doing also is that, first of all, every speaker is also becoming part of our community, so you'll have direct access to them.
If
And second,
you are the speaker watching this now, you will get the invite.
yes,
we haven't sent all those out, but just as a
absolutely. And secondly is that the materials which were produced, there's a lot of content, and every day we have like 3 hours, 6 talks going in depth about different topics. So this is also part of the knowledge base of the remote academy we are going to develop in the club. So basically we'll be cutting those videos, doing the transcript, and making a nice looking, easy to consume material on those different topics. So if you missed out on that, you're welcome to come, and it's even could be a good try for 1 month to see how it works for you. If you will need only this piece of content, we are absolutely fine with that. However, if you join, and I hope you will like our community and you will stay together with us developing it. That's it.
Yep, that's it.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's it for now. No, so
Okay.
thank you, and we hope to see you there.
Absolutely. All the best, guys. Who is watching the recording, the link to the club is below this video, and looking forward to see you there. Johannes, thank you for sharing this half an hour together delivering the talk.
You're Orest. Cool. Ciao.
Bye-bye.